Have you ever walked into a room and felt the invisible current shift? The way a man's attention, his posture, even his energy, bends without him saying a word, without any conscious thought, simply because of the presence you carry. That, my sisters, is the essence of silent feminine dominance. And today, I'm going to expose exactly how it works, how it's sensed, and how you can wield it effortlessly to create fascination, respect, and subtle obsession. Imagine the scene. You are standing in a softly lit room. Maybe it's a casual gathering, maybe a professional meeting, and yet the eyes find you first. The space somehow tilts subtly toward your energy, the air charged with curiosity, and all of it before you've even spoken. That is not coincidence. That is power, unspoken, undeniable, and it resides in gestures so small they escape notice, in glances so fleeting they are almost imperceptible, and yet their impact is seismic. I remember once at a charity gala, the kind where sophistication and subtle competition are everywhere. I noticed a man across the room, confident, assertive, entirely unaware that his body language was already responding to mineth tilt of my chin, the deliberate softness of my gaze, the way I allowed my attention to focus selectively, lightly teasing the invisible boundaries of curiosity. He leaned ever so slightly, unconsciously mirroring my posture, attempting to predict my next move, all because I was calm, aware, and exquisitely present. And in that moment, I understood why the greatest philosophers and psychologists alike hint at the same truth across centuries. Power is not demanded, it is sensed. The silent signals we emit or breathing, our composure, the micro movements of our hands, the slight modulation of our voice, even the way we choose to occupy space are registering faster than conscious thought, embedding themselves in their perception before they can even articulate it. And this is the cornerstone of feminine dominance. To understand that authority, allure, influence, and desire are not declared, they are communicated in whispers of energy, subtle cues that ripple through the room, invisible yet compelling. And as you watch this, as you absorb this energy, I want you to consider, how will you adjust your posture, your gaze, your calm, to command that invisible respect? How will you practice your presence so that it speaks before your words ever do? Comment below your first thought, because awareness is the seed of mastery, and mastery is what transforms subtle signals into undeniable, intoxicating influence. Subscribe, turn on notifications, because we are just scratching the surface of what it means to radiate silent authority. And every second you spend observing this will refine your instinct, your poise, your quiet command. Now, let's unravel the exquisite mechanics behind these silent signals, because this is where psychology meets seduction, where awareness becomes irresistible, and where influence becomes inevitable. Men, whether consciously aware or not, are wired to notice dominance, competence, and calm confidence almost instantaneously. Their eyes, posture, even the micro-expressions in their faces register our signals long before they rationalize them. And as women, we have a unique advantage, because silent authority in a female is paradoxical. It invites intrigue while subtly establishing control. It fascinates while remaining untouchable. It captivates while never demanding. I remember coaching a younger sister in a networking event, demonstrating the power of stillness, the art of letting moments breathe, the subtle tilt of a head, the careful choice of when to smile and when to observe. By the end of the evening, she noticed men leaning slightly, adjusting their gestures, softening their tone, and unconsciously following the rhythm she said, all without her having uttered a single instruction, command, or plea for attention. That is the elegance of feminine dominance. It is never loud. It is never forceful. It is the masterful control of presence, attention, and subtle cues that guide interaction while preserving full autonomy. From the way you anchor your gaze to the slight micro gestures of your hands, from the cadence of your laughter to the way you allow silence to linger, every tiny behavior signals control, sets expectations, and sparks curiosity. And the thrill of it is this: men sense it, and they cannot help but respond. Because when done correctly, the subconscious recognition of power triggers fascination, attraction, and even subtle obsession. This is why every woman who understands her silent signals becomes magnetic, because she radiates authority before she speaks. She influences before she acts. She dominates without confrontation. And as you practice, refine, and internalize these principles, I want you to comment below the first micro behavior you will adjust in your daily life. The smallest tweak that will make your energy irresistible. Because this is where theory transforms into tangible influence. And every conscious adjustment accelerates your mastery of feminine power. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Because the more you observe, the more intuitive these signals will become, and the more natural your dominance will feel. Like second skin, like a silent current everyone can feel but cannot name. And finally, let me leave you with the most intoxicating truth. Silent feminine dominance is a language of mastery, a code embedded in every breath, every gesture, every moment you choose presence over performance. Authority is sensed before it is declared, respect before it is requested, curiosity before it is piqued. I have walked into boardrooms, dinner parties, casual cafes, and every time, I have watched subtle signals unfold, way someone unconsciously mirrors my posture, the way attention tilts toward me, the slight tension in anticipation, the soft lingering of gaze, the micro expressions of interest before conversation even begins. It is a dance of energy, invisible yet deeply felt, and when you embody it fully, every interaction becomes a symphony where you lead effortlessly, elegantly, unshakably. Men and women alike respond instinctively to this mastery, because at the core of human psychology lies the truth that calm, aware, confident presence feminine or otherwise size magnetic. And as you leave this video, I want you to step into your next moment consciously. Notice the small gestures, the fleeting glances, the pauses in conversation, the unspoken shifts in energy, and begin to use them intentionally. Comment your biggest insight below. Share the micro signal you are most excited to embody. Because once you feel the pull of silent authority, once you master the subtle art of feminine dominance, you will never underestimate the power of presence again. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and immerse yourself in your own mastery. Because every moment you cultivate these signals, every pause you take, every micro gesture you refine, you become unshakable, magnetic, and unforgettable. And when that happens, the world does not just see you, it responds. Instinctively, irresistibly, and forever remembers the authority you silently, flawlessly command. And now, my dear sisters, I want you to truly internalize this. Feminine dominance, when expressed through silent signals, is the art of letting the world respond to your energy rather than your words. It is knowing that your presence alone, your calm, your poise, your measured confidence is more persuasive than any argument, any attempt at charm, any display of beauty. This is the quiet mastery that men sense first, that colleagues respect instinctively, that everyone around you cannot help but notice, even if they cannot articulate why. Every gesture, every glance, every deliberate pause becomes a tool, a way to communicate your authority, your intelligence, your magnetic allure without uttering a single syllable. And the beauty of it is that it does not require theatrics, loud declarations, or desperate attempts to be seen. It requires observation, awareness, and the willingness to cultivate your energy deliberately. I want you to picture yourself walking into your next room, your next meeting, your next encounter, fully conscious of the currents you create. Notice how your spine is straight but relaxed, how your gaze meets theirs without pleading for recognition, how your voice, when you choose to speak, carries the weight of calm certainty. This is what I call the art of invisible influence, kind of presence that draws attention, invites curiosity, and subtly commands respect without ever demanding it. You will start to notice patterns, who unconsciously mirrors your movements, who leans in when you pause, who softens when your gaze lingers just a moment longer than expected. And this, my sisters, is the intoxicating thrill of feminine dominance. To be followed, to be observed, to be quietly revered, without giving away a single ounce of desperation or trying to control outcomes. It is the delicate balance of strength and softness, of curiosity and composure, of being irresistible and untouchable all at once. So I want you to make a vow to yourself today. You will notice. You will refine. You will embody these silent signals intentionally. You will practice holding your presence, anchoring your gaze, allowing your pauses to speak louder than words, and feeling the power in knowing that the world responds to you first, because you have mastered the art of being. And as you step into your life from this moment forward, every interaction becomes a demonstration of subtle authority. Every glance becomes a test of influence, and every space you enter becomes a stage upon which your calm, radiant dominance is felt by everyone around you. Comment below the single silent signal you are most excited to practice a subtle micro behavior that will begin your transformation. Share it, own it, because once you feel the magnetic pull of your own authority, there is no going back, no dimming, no compromise. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications, because this is just the beginning of a journey where awareness becomes mastery. Mastery becomes influence, and influence becomes an unshakable, intoxicating presence that leaves a mark long after you have gone. And remember this: the world does not command you. It does not define you. It responds to you. Every micro gesture, every moment of stillness, every silent signal is your kingdom. Own it, live it, breathe it, and watch as the invisible currents bend, as attention converges, as desire and respect unfold naturally around you. Because feminine dominance is not fought for, it is felt. And once it is mastered, it is eternal. Let your presence speak. Let your calm command. And let your silent signals create the quiet, unstoppable empire that is your life.